We're delighted to have our first ever Hall of Fame award this year, sponsored by Clubforce. It's something that we've wanted to do for a long time, and we're delighted to have it this year in the 2021 HerSport Awards. Irish sport has had some amazing pioneers, women who have broken barriers and changed the game for generations to come. Our inaugural inductee to the HerSport Hall of Fame has no idea that this is coming. 3-time International Player of the Year, she is renowned for her unpredictability, her eye for the goal and her magical left foot. One of Ireland's greatest ever talents.
This is Katie McCabe. I just wanted to say a massive congratulations to Olivia O'Toole for becoming the first inductee to the HerSport Hall of Fame. What can I say about Olivia O'Toole? She's an absolute legend in Irish football and is literally the best goal scorer we've ever had. And still, to this day, she's doing everything she can and is so passionate to promote women's sport. So best of luck, Livy. Congratulations and see you soon.
Hi Livy, massive congratulations on your induction into the Hall of Fame. Well deserved. You didn't get half enough credit when you were playing, so I'm glad you're getting all these accolades and awards now. You're a legend and an inspiration of mine when I first came into the national team, so yeah, have a great night and massive congratulations again.
Hello Livy, how you doing? Congratulations on receiving the Hall of Fame award tonight. It's a great honour, one which you absolutely deserve. I know over the years it's been a privilege watching you, watched you many times at club level, international level. I always came away feeling so much better after the game, such as your talents. Always felt better from the experience. You know, you're an unbelievable talent, your magical left foot, greedy eye for scoring goals. I remember the volleys, the chips, the tap-ins, so many different attributes you had in scoring goals. Dribbles as well, most outrageous angles you try chances from. But most of all, I think you're a free-spirited dove, and that's for sure, who have all the skills to be a superb goal scorer. Maybe the best goal scorer Ireland's ever had. There's no doubt about that. You're certainly up in the running there. Over the years, you've also been an inspiration to so many people, including young internationals, old internationals, friends, neighbours, all that sort of stuff around your own area. Certainly providing time and your expertise in the coaching. It's all this and so much more that makes me say that, Olivia, you're fully deserving of this award tonight. You're a legend, and congratulations.
Livy, big congratulations this evening on your Hall of Fame award. Absolutely well deserved. We had fantastic times on the national team together, and especially me having to room with you for 15 years. Some memories, some great stories. I think one of the best is always making your breakfast. Now, tell the truth, always making your breakfast. I know you weren't a morning person or never liked your breakfast, but your tea and your toast with your sneaky little bit of bacon was always put in it, and it was brought up to you. Listen, well done. Enjoy the evening. Hello to everyone there, and I hope to catch up soon.
Congrats, Olivia, for getting into the HerSport Hall of Fame. I don't know what to say. You're one of my idols growing up, and someone I always looked up to, and a true Irish legend.
Yeah, just massive congrats, Olivia. You, just what Anya said, just an absolute legend. Even when I used to play against you, you're a striker, I'm a defender, you even still used to help me out on the pitch, and that's how much you just cared for the development of players and Irish players, so this is so well deserved.
Congrats again.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is of course Olivia O'Toole. 2-time League of Ireland winning manager and Waterford United coach Ian Morris of Clubforce will present Olivia with her award.
Chorchas mór míteach le Olivia O'Toole in chéadine le háta amach sa HerSport Hall of Fame. Olivia, huge congratulations. It's an honour to have you here with us tonight. You have done it all. You've made a huge contribution to football in Ireland. You broke down barriers, overcame challenges all through your career. Where did it all start for you? Was it kicking football on the streets of Dublin, or were you always a sporty kid growing up?
Obviously, it was kicking the football on the streets of Dublin. I grew up in Charlotte Street, and we used to. It's in a city, proper Dublin inner city, and we used to play pats, and we had 4 poles, but there was 8 of us playing. So if you had a pole and your ball hit the pole, then you were out. So when you grow up in the flats, you protect that pole, do you know what I mean? That's your life. It's your life.
And when you were growing up, you got stuck in, obviously, with the lads from a very young age. Like Lindsay was saying earlier, she didn't see herself as being, you know, different from the lads. She just wanted to play. Was it the same for you?
Yeah, I didn't know. I didn't care whether I was playing with boys, men, women. I didn't care. As long as I had a ball in my feet and I was able to play. And as you said, like, I grew up from the age of 6 to 14 playing with boys, because there was no girls' teams then. And I absolutely loved it. It made me the player that I am today, that I was when I played, to be better than every single person that I played against. I wanted to be better. Doesn't matter if you were Ray Keane and I was Olivia Toole, I wanted to be better than him. Do you know what I mean? It's just, it's like a passion inside you that you're the winner. And you don't care who's there, you just want to be the winner. But the street football made me the player I was, do you know what I mean? So.
And what was people's attitudes towards you? I'm sure you were running rings around the boys, but was it always positive, or did you get a lot of slack as well?
Obviously, you got a lot of slack, like, you're a girl, what you doing playing with bias? But I literally let it go in one ear and out the other, because I wanted to play, and whether they liked it or not, I played. Like, my last game for boys was an under-16 game in Phoenix Park, and playing along, and I went up for a ball and I busted the boys' nose, start bleeding. But they found out I was a girl during the game, so they wanted me off the pitch, and I was like, you can't tell me to get off the pitch. My manager was the same. Hugo Richardson at the time, he was like, you can't tell a girl to go off the pitch. You're all supposed to be better than her. Do you know what I mean? And it wasn't. It was the opposite. And I actually apologised to the boy that I was at the hitting, because I hit him hard.
No better woman. Talk to us about what it was like. Did you have any female role models, or did you see a clear pathway for you to play and to represent Ireland at the highest level?
At the start, when I was playing, like 16, there was no girls' football at all. There was no women's, no under-15s, under-17s. There was nothing like that there is now. So I went to Drumcondra Ladies Seniors when I was 17, because I was told I couldn't play for the boys anymore. I actually changed the age of the girls playing for boys from, you could only play to 13 under-15s. So I changed it from 15 under-17s. Because there was no girls' teams, so the girls couldn't transit onto a girls' team at the age of 17 and 18. So when I went to Drumcondra Ladies, I think they were all 27, 28, 29, and when I went to them, I didn't know at the time there was girls' teams, and when I seen all these girls playing, I was gobsmacked. Yeah. And it was literally only up the road from me, and I didn't know. And when I started playing with Drumcondra Ladies, Tricia Ryan at the time, she says, "No, I know you're only a babby and blah, blah, blah." And so when I started playing with them, they were like, "Have you been playing all your life?" I says, "Obviously I've been playing all my life, but not with women." Because they obviously just started for a fresh women's league, where I was playing with boys, and I just glided onto the football, so
when did the call up for the international team come, and were you surprised at the time? Did you expect it?
I didn't expect. I actually didn't know Ireland girls team existed at the time. I was 19. I was with Drumcondra Ladies, and I was asked to go out to Santry to go for trials for Ireland. We went to Friday with 500 girls. It was whittled down to 200 Saturday, and then Sunday was whittled down to 100, and then Monday at the time you got a letter off the FAI, because there was no phones then, or emails probably. And I got a letter to say you've been picked out 25 girls to go and play for Spain in the European Championship.
You were working at the time as well. were you when you got the call up for Ireland? And what was that juggle like, trying to represent your country and trying to work at the same time?
Well, I'm actually still in the same job, so I am. That was like 22 years or so old. So, but my job was very good. The Dublin City Council was very good. When I got the call up and I went to the Irish set-up, and the job says, Olivia, like, we don't know what to do. And I was like, well, the government, if you're playing for your country, you can't take an annual leave. You just have to pay me. Like, but they were very good. He let me go. I played for my country, and when I come back, like, when I played my first game for Ireland, it was in Spain, against Spain in Seville. There was 7,000 people there. There was one Irish flag in the crowd. And I think it was the 84th, 85th minute, and I scored my first goal for Ireland. But it's the first time that Ireland ever won a European Championship away from home. But the feeling, what I remember of that game is standing for your national anthem. There's no feeling whatsoever. Standing for your national anthem and listening to that song and getting goosebumps all over. And then, when that happened, and then the match starts, and then you scored, and then you're like, what do I do now? I didn't know what to do when I scored. So when I did, I didn't realise.
Have the signature.
Yeah, I realised I scored when all the girls came over, and Olivia, you don't know what you've done after the game. I was like, you don't know what you've done. It's the first time Ireland ladies ever won a European game away, and I was like, yeah, it's grand.
Like, you were a trailblazer at the time. Did you realise the significance as you went on playing of what you were achieving, and that you were becoming this role model for all these young girls growing up?
Well, see, that word role model, never in my life thought I'd be a role model for anybody in my life. But listening to interviews from Niamh and Anya and Stephanie Roach, I'm their idol. So, and I didn't know this, and this is just me put my arm around them.
Absolutely.
This is just me putting my arm around them when they come into the camp at the start, to make them feel good and make them feel welcome. And it says, you're only here because you deserve to be here, so do what you need to do on the pitch and you'll be fine.
So many of them cite you as their hero. And as you said there, like, what you did by putting your arm around them must have meant so much to those players. Do you wish that you had someone like that to look up to when you were playing? Does it frustrate you, I suppose, that there weren't the same pathways for when you were playing as there is now? Like, it has come so far.
Oh, absolutely. I had managers that put their arm around me, and two managers in particular, that's Hugo Richardson and Sonia Bradish. Sonia Bradish, like, just by putting his arm around me and saying to me, you're the best in the world. It meant the world to me, you know what I mean? And when I do that, when I apparently did that to the girls, they told me 10, 15 years later, Olivia, you don't understand that talk we had in Portugal at the tournament. You set me down, you says to me, you had a bad game, so what? Just get on with it. Next game, you'll be fine. But the pathway they have now, I had no pathway. I fought for everything that I achieved. For the simple reason is, there was no women's sports then.
Yeah.
Do you know? So, everything that I have achieved, all these accolades and all, it mean so much to me. But what means a lot to me is, women is where they should be today, where they should have been 20 years ago.
You did it all for the love of the green,
Absolutely.
to represent your country at the highest level. What were the main challenges or setbacks that you faced to get to where you got to?
Well, most of the setbacks was people telling me I shouldn't be here, I shouldn't be doing what I'm doing. I'm a girl. Shouldn't be playing with boys. What you doing? You know, like angiography comments and, you know. But what I did, I didn't listen. I absolutely ignored it because I want.
Which isn't an easy thing to do.
Oh no! Believe me, I went to me home. I went home to me mother and cried, like every other little girl that's after getting dropped from the team, and same as everyone else. But I always had a determination. But the main thing that I have for my sport is passion. And you cannot be passionate for any sport. I believe a winner has to have passion for what they're winning. I believe Kate Taylor has passion, Kelly Harrington, Ellen, the swimmer. You need to have passion to win and be the best. And that's, I'm not a good loser. I'm not.
Well, it's clear that you had that passion and you still have that passion in abundance. Are you proud when you look at the current football team that women have in here in Ireland about what they have achieved and how far they have come?
Yeah, like 2 years ago, probably 2 or 3 people in here didn't even know what the Irish team is. Do you know, in the last 2 years, it's just taken off. But it could have been done so much earlier, so much like 10 years ago, as you said earlier on, from grassroots up. If we walk from grassroots up, we could have a phenomenal team, an absolute phenomenal, with the Irish ladies and the Irish men and the amateurs and the AUA. You have to grow it. You have to grow soccer for the build. You can't, like, to me, quarter-final against Romania, Ireland, Jack Charlton, we never built. So if you build on it, I reckon that we'll be going to tournaments with a flick of a switch. And so will the girls. This is the girls' rifle opportunity now to get to a European or a World Cup ever in their lifetime. And this is the opportunity to do it now. Because we played against Iceland, we were like 20 minutes away from going to a European Championship for the first time ever, but it didn't happen. But he built and built and built. And what FAIRDA is doing and what the FAI is doing now at the moment is phenomenal. Making it equal is the main thing. Because I've been on, like Ryan Keane, the executives up the top and we're down the bottom of the plane. Like, it's the same thing with the girls, it's no different. But now that it's all equal, I can see our girls going to tournament. Absolutely.
It's amazing to see really how far things have come and the part that you have played to get it to this point can't go unrecognised. Like, do you think about what you have achieved yourself and looking back at all you have done, what stands out to you as your biggest achievement?
I don't really give myself praise, if you know what I mean. I'm a very humble person, and to me, playing football, it's a pleasure. So it's not a burden. It's not that I have to do this to make this happen. But I know what I've achieved. I don't think anyone else is ever going to score 54 goals for Ireland.
Absolutely.
But don't get me wrong, I would actually love somebody to do that for us to get to a World Cup or a tournament. Absolutely. But my greatest achievement was carrying the Olympic flame. It was so out of the blue, and it was for me achievements for what I did in football, in soccer, and so to carry that Olympic flame, it was just the most poignant moment of my life. I know I've won the FAI award 3 times, and Ireland's Hall of Fame, and I don't mean to be flippant, it's just the Olympic flame.
Moment,
yeah,
yes.
And when he came over to Lyra, you know, when he lit it, and he said, now nobody can else the only person that can put that out was me with this key. And I said, so how can I light it again? He says, with this key. I said, so are you giving it to me? And he said, no, he didn't give it to me. But I have it in me, it's hanging up in the bed. It's in my mother's home hanging, and it's lovely.
Absolutely. I think that deserves a round of applause on its own. And what's next for you now, Olivia? Are you still involved with soccer underage? Are you looking into coaching, or what would you like to achieve now?
I am at the moment. I'm managing Usher Celtic ladies, And as you can hear, they're all here. Which I didn't know they were here. I didn't know. But these girls came to me and they wanted a team, and with me coach Suzanne, the two of us took her over, and we absolutely love her, and that's why I love teaching girls from this age up. And when these girls see the likes of Katie Taylor or Katie McCabe, Louise Quinn, like there's girls up there that want to be like them, and I'm going to make them like that. I try my best to make them play in the National League and play for Ireland. That's my goal, to let them build and build and build, and
And do you get the same buzz now? Maybe not the same, but are you still getting that buzz that you got from playing now from coaching?
Yeah, I love it. Because I love seeing, like, for instance, we only started last year, and this year one of our girls has gone to Shelbourne's under 19s. You know, so that's what I improve. I want them to improve, and I want them to reach their goals. I want them to, if you want to play for Ireland, don't ever let anyone say you can't.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, Olivia, you are a star, and it's amazing to have you here tonight. Congratulations on your award, and thank you for all that you have done for women's sport and all that you have achieved for Ireland.
And thank you very much for this award.
One of us more, go Olivia O'Toole. You can stay there. Amazing, isn't it?